We know, and I'm getting canceled for this, and I'm okay with that.
I ain't gonna let them cancel you, babe. You can't cancel my man.
You see what I'm saying?
But we did that, babe.
But you rough. You doing it hard.
I was trying to do it the way y'all do it. Okay.
Just don't. But you're not a man, so just maybe. All right. You know what? We'll talk. What is up, beautiful people? It's your boy Adri and
your girl LaShow.
And this is the Make It Make Sense podcast.
Well, we come at you week after week, topic after topic. And this week is really special because we have been trying to find ways to incorporate more of what people seem to be interested in from the comments. So please make sure you like, subscribe, and comment because we really do look at the feedback. And one of the comments, it really is not just one, but at least one of the main suggestions that I can say that we've received deals a lot with gender roles and gender norms, what people should or shouldn't be doing, what men or women shouldn't and shouldn't expect in a relationship. I mean, I actually have been trying to avoid this topic because I feel like it's clickbait.
Yeah, this is what could get us canceled.
It can.
It can get us canceled.
It can, but I'm going to stand on business.
And I was not a fan of the shoes. I'm going to tell you, okay? So, yeah.
The shoes. If y'all like my boots.
She looked like she about to go to a Beyonce concert.
I took these to
Cowboy
Usher.
Carter, whatever.
Look at you knowing the album titles. The Beehive will be happy with you.
Whatever. I'm not happy with them. But anyway.
Uh-oh. Don't put Jesus. Don't put no bees in it. Don't put no bees in it.
We hear the buzzing already. No, but yeah, this is a conversation, and in this society, this big 2026.
You clasp the hands.
You already know I'm about to think this through. There is so much confusion about relationships, and there's so much confusion about roles, responsibility, leadership. I guess that goes under roles, but there's so much confusion, and amongst all the confusion, here we are. We're trying to find our way. And I'm not going to say that we've never come across these gray areas, which I believe should never be gray. We have come across some areas that we have had some, I've had some side eyes on some of the things that I've said to LaShandra. But I do believe in what we call traditional values. Obviously, the tradition came from somewhere. So when it came up, it wasn't traditional until it became traditional.
We got to cut the camera. So, I didn't know that, y'all. I got to get out of here. Go ahead, baby.
Get out of here, please. Please get out of here with them boots. No, but I believe in the traditional family. I believe I'm not gonna get myself in trouble, but I'm gonna be honest. I think that when relationships come together, we need to have a goal. We need to have a goal. The problem with the reason that we have so much confusion is because we are now individualistic. We could start and end right there. If you get into a relationship and you see yourself as an individual in that relationship, primarily, now granted, you have your individuality in relationships, because you know for sure I wouldn't be wearing them shoes and we in a relationship, right? But if you see yourself as me in a relationship, then that means that you don't have a centralized goal. You don't have a centralized theme. I think what's going to carry LaShandra and I over the finish line 1,000 times over is we have specific set goals that we have discussed. Things will happen, and we are both in the workforce. I know money is a big thing. We could probably pause and talk about that, so I'll wait. But goals, you're in a relationship. What are your relationship goals? It can't just be somebody on your arm, but then you're going to be some told the other person they can't tell you nothing. You need to do better, better. And that goes for men and women. So figure it out, bro. You in a relationship or not?
I think there's a lot of things to address with the topic. One of the things that I'll say from like a general perspective, and then I'll zoom in on us. The general perspective is this idea of there has to be like this alpha man. And then, there's a whole list of things that we say make a man soft. Like a man can't cry. A man can't eat a banana, regular. He need to break it off in pieces.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of things that we say. And then from a male
I've never said that.
Baby, so how you eat your banana?
I will eat I peel the banana and eat the banana. I'm not going to do the hand motion because I know you try to be weird.
I'm not trying to be weird. I'm just asking a question. But from from the society perspective, I think when we're talking about gender roles, I think that I wouldn't be with him if I didn't also believe in traditional-esque values. That doesn't mean that I think we align on 100% like old school values 100%, but I was raised watching my grandmothers, cook dinner and make plates for their husband. So that was something that, I enjoyed doing. I think, and granted, being in the workforce, it's not like he expects me to cook every single meal. But I enjoy being able to cook for him so far. When I do, we don't live together. So it's definitely it's even less of an expectation then. I think one thing that I knew for me that I was looking for, and I think most women look for this, is this idea of a man who could be a leader. And that was very important for me. Sometimes with my personality, how goofy I am and how strong I can come off, I think some people might assume that I'm probably, I don't know, they might think I had strong arm Adrian. I'll put that man in a chokehold in the house.
I'm pretty sure no one thinks. Pretty sure no one
But
thinks.
no, I've been, but people who, especially when I was younger, I've gotten softer as I've aged. But when I was younger, especially, people will be like, oh, LaShondra, especially if they saw me from like a business standpoint, like where they felt like my personality was very dominant in that moment, they're like, oh, I like curious about what I would be like in a relationship. And I'm like a big teddy bear in a relationship. Like I'm a big teddy bear. Even on the podcast, you'll notice that I don't always like even interrupt him. I try to be. He tells me sometimes like interrupt me, in the podcast, and I'm just like, no.
You notice I'm just like I'm learning too, because I'm learning how to just kind of be quiet and listen to her full thought. Because her thoughts take like 3 times as long as mine.
We roll the footage back, okay?
I'm teasing.
But no, I think first of all, I think gender roles are natural, and I think that they're necessary. This whole I'm equal 100% is stupid. I don't care, cancel me, whoop-de-doo. But I believe in gender roles personally in the household. Now, what they look like for y'all could be your business, but I do believe I want the man to take trash out. I want the man to be in charge of lawn care and taking care of that. I don't want to think too hard when I'm out in public. I want to be singing, making my way downtown, walking fast.
And I got to be watching traffic.
And I want my man to be ready to protect me. That is true. And on the flip side, I want to be able to be completely soft. And I want to make sure I preface this by saying that that's me. Like, it's different in a romantic relationship, but even with my male friends, like, I wanted my male friends to be men. Like, if I had an issue when I was single and I had a homeboy, he could come fix it. That's the type of men that I like to be around as a whole. So in a relationship romantically, that was even more important for me, that if I have an issue or anything like that, I can call him. At the same time, I want to be able to be someone that he could rest with, someone that provides peace, safety, love, partnership, someone that does all of those things. So I'm 1,000% in belief of gender roles and what men and women provide to the relationship. My grandma told me men need women and women need men, and grandma, I believe me.
Okay, so men and women are not the same.
At all.
You're going to fight me, you're going to shoot me, you're going to kill me, you're going to say, Adri, you are sexist. Theoretically, we all are. We acknowledge that there's a difference between men and women. The difference does not mean that one is not as intelligent, because we know for sure there are some men that are extremely intelligent, more intelligent than a woman that you can find. And we know that there are some women who are extremely intelligent, more intelligent than a man you can find. So the difference between men and women is not the ability to attain intelligence or the ability to, it's not that. It's not that. Because you're always going to find a one-off.
Mm-hmm.
You're always going to find a woman that can run faster than a man. I'm not saying that that doesn't exist. That absolutely exists. But when we talk about gender roles, we're not talking about the exception. We're speaking about the rule. Statistically, we're looking at the rule based upon the genetic makeup of a man and a woman. We know, and I'm getting canceled for this, and I'm okay with that.
I ain't gonna let them
We
cancel
know,
you, babe. You can't cancel my man.
you see what I'm saying?
But we did that,
Only
babe. We
that,
got to.
but you rough. You're doing it hard.
I was
baby.
trying
You
to
gotta
do it the way
soft,
y'all do
baby.
it. Okay.
Just don't, but you're not a man, so just maybe. All right, you know what? We'll talk about it. But yeah. So men and women are different. Men should be protectors. The reason why I'm saying that is not because of any weird thing. I'm just saying, look at the composition of a man versus a woman. Stronger bones, longer, stronger muscles. That tells us automatically, just based upon your body, that if there was a issue that needed to be taken care of physically, a man should do it. Am I saying women cannot do physical things? That's not what I'm saying. I'm speaking generally. A man should be able to stand on the front lines in a war. Ain't no way I'm gonna have Sean standing on the front line if we go on a war. There's no way.
I wouldn't
Why?
do that.
Because just because of our differences that I could see within her and myself, I want to protect her. I want to take care of her. I want to make sure that I give her every possible seed that she can germinate. Don't look crazy. I really do just go there, but I want to give her every possible thing that she can build on, because that is what a woman does better than a man. We are different. And so because we're different, there's certain things that certain aptitudes you have and certain aptitudes I have.
All right.
And I think that if we, and I got you, I think that if we allow that to lead our relationships, then we'll be in a good position. That's all I'm saying. I know I was talking for 2 minutes.
So the question I have then would just be, what are some things that men love about women? Like, in terms of what men want from women. And don't try to cancel my man, okay, for anything that he say right now.
We're really scared about being canceled. We're not scared, but we know that this is possible because this is a hard topic to have. But to answer that, some of the things that men generally, because we know we got some men that's, but generally, men are looking for a woman who has strength to herself and also can be led and be a helpmate. We want someone who's not going to be arguing with us at every turn. We want someone who can look at us and say, I choose you because I trust your opinion. If I make a wrong turn down the road, LaShondra got my back. She might know it's a wrong turn, but when she has my back as I make that wrong turn, and when the turn happens, she doesn't throw it in my face and say, well, see, I told you. She's like, oh, no, baby, it's okay. All of a sudden, now I learned how to value her opinion even more. Believe it or not, without you even noticing, all of a sudden, before I make a move, I'm consulting my girl. Hey, baby, I think I need to make a left here. What you think? Now I value your opinion because I know that you can be led. I know that when the rubber hits the road, if I say, babe, we need to go left, I don't have to look behind me and see if LaShondra's there. I know she's there. She got my back. That's what men look for. We want a woman who's going to be soft, but not soft in the way that she's weak. I don't want a weak woman. Anybody who's even heard LaShondra speak, you know that is not a weak woman, right? Men don't want to tame anybody. This is a very strong woman that knows how to take leadership. She also knows how to say, hey, baby, here's my suggestion. It's a strong suggestion. And here's the reason why. We could play it out. And because I respect her, that's my helpmate. That's my right hand. And I'm not going to disagree with my right hand unless I know for sure, hey, baby, you know what? This is what God is telling me, or this is what I really feel. This is the direction we can go with our family. And that's why I would like to be with LaShondra. And that's what men actually look for. Someone who's beautiful, someone who could take that leadership, someone who is intelligent. I need somebody strong in my cabinet. So, not.
No, okay. So, and this
what do women look for in a man?
Well,
before you leave?
this is what I'll say. Because I think one of the biggest issues that comes into play when people are disagreeing about gender roles and gender norms, is that we have a lot of people wanting traditional aspects, which really a lot of times falls under even a faith-based umbrella, living in a very modern society. So then you have modern people trying to do traditional things, and it doesn't always make sense. So I will say this: do what works best for your household, because as my grandfather would always tell me, you got to live with that man, not me. Um, and therefore you have to do what's best for you. But if you want certain traditional aspects, I think one of the things I hate is when I hear people, in particular, women, when we say things like, well, he can't lead me off a cliff, and he got to be a leader, he got to be this. But the discernment is a real thing. Before you follow this man's leadership, like, I'm not his wife yet, so anything I decide to do, right at this moment in time. I still have the power of discernment. We haven't locked in 100% all the way. We locked in, but we ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Not married.
Yeah, we're not married. But when it's time for that step to happen, unless he tripped me and knocked me over the head, I've had the power all this time to use proper discernment to date and watch who he is in all seasons or in multiple seasons of life. So I do want to say that this whole following your man or being submissive, like a submissive woman makes a submissive man. And that word sounds very scary, but watching a man and observing him on the smaller decisions allows you to trust the bigger decisions. And also, if you are someone who believes in God, then you'll also understand that God got your back. So God ain't going to let that man go too crazy, or God going to reveal it to you. But once again, God was probably already revealing that he wasn't the one before you made him the one. So I do want to just state that really clearly when we're talking about it. But as far as what women look for is what I said earlier: a man who can lead, a man who, has a soft spot for us, but at the end of the day will protect us, not just physically, but spiritually, mentally. He's not going to have us looking crazy in the streets when it comes to other women. Those are things that's very important. A man who's going to love on us and provide for us. And I know we talk about provision financially, which is important. You got to have some trappings and some coins, because we need money to do things. But provision is also, will you pray for me, pray over me, pray with me? Provision is, will you protect me mentally? Will you see me going down the wrong road and talk to me about it and protect me even from myself at times? And that's, these are basic things that we look for. But I just want to say, I 1,000% believe in gender roles in 2025. It may look a little different in some households. Like, there might be certain things that you decide to tweak a little bit because of the society we live in. But I do believe that in the type of man that I want and need. And I do believe in being the type of woman that I need to be, first and foremost, because I hold myself to a certain standard. So with or without Adrian being here, I was always going to be a soft, feminine woman, and no man should dictate that either.
Let me say this. You said a mouthful. But I'll say this to the brothers. I'm gonna talk to y'all really quick, and to the sisters also. To the brothers. And I'm not talking to all the gentlemen. I'm talking to the gentlemen who are trying to do this thing right, are trying to build families, are trying to, lock in. At your young stages, you have to learn how to be a protector. You have to learn how to be a provider, right? As much as you possibly can in your scope of interest. When that woman comes into your life, it is your job. The responsibility falls on us to show this woman exactly what we've been working on, exactly what we've been preparing, and exactly what she can expect being in a relationship with us. For my ladies, it is your job to vet this man. Mm-hmm. That's what LaShandra's doing right now with me. I'm taking her around with me. She's met my family. She's met all my friends, pretty much all my friends, if not in person, online, FaceTime or whatever, because she needs all the tools that she can have in order to make the decision if she's going to get married to me or not. Because once she gets married to me, what she's saying is the two become one, and I become now the leader of the household. Okay? She has full rights. Right now, she's like, Adrian, I don't want to be with you anymore. She can walk out the door. Right? Don't get too excited. Right? She could walk right out the door if she would like to. But I'm showing her, hey, babe, this is how I handle my finances. This is how I handle my home. This is how I handle all my business. And I'm trying to woo her. so she could see exactly what's going on. Women, you have to take responsibility for the man you choose. Vet that brother. You see what I'm saying? Because there are roles, and whatever you're expecting, you need to be able to see that in order to have a successful, happy family. I don't want to belabor the point, but that's my little tidbit. For sure, we believe in gender roles, and it is what it is, bro. You want to come for us, come for us.
What it is. This was a very like slightly spicy topic because we were very like this on it. There was no vague here. So please, in the comments, let us know, how do you all feel about things? We're curious. You know, hey, listen, we're never learning any offense.
We're learning too. So, you know what I mean? We just gave you what we got, and it's working. This is the greatest relationship I've ever been in. And I love this young lady, and she makes it so, I don't know where she's been throughout her life and the people who helped train her or whatever the heck, but this is it, though.
Oh,
we locked in.
Look at God. That gotta make it on the Instagram and Facebook clips, okay? Clock it.
Listen, my name is Adri, and
my name is LaShow, and this is the best man I know.
Hey.
And then we'll see you next time at the dough. But make it make sense, okay? Sorry.
Please don't. Subscribe, like, share. We love y'all. We know that this life could be chaotic,
but if we're gonna survive it, we
gotta make it make sense.